system coder last time. Again, make a game that shows different color blocks, fills the screen, and the user has to match the colors. If he clicks three of the same colors, they have to be touching each other. Three of the same, three or more of the same colors, they have to be touching each other. We remove the color blocks the user clicked, similar to the same game where you click colors and eventually clear the screen. Add a button to reset the game. Make a shortcut in the game's menu and call it color clicks. Color click. Okay, let's see. So I'm asking the AI to code this game, and it says AI is coding. There we go. Plugin created. Let's go to games, and is color click over there. There's color click. We click. There we go. Look at that. So it coded this app, right? In literally in seconds. Seconds. In seconds we created this. Now I don't know how well it's going to work, but let's see. Three green. Oh, it works. It works. Oh, orange is gone. Purple's gone. Let's match, match, match. Now, if I click purple, I can't. It says matching. You need to click three or more. Ooh, it even has notification. So now we're going to click purple. No, red first, because we need to match the purple. The idea of the game is to get all of the same colors, as many as you can, so you can get points. Look, it's giving score here. Hey guys, this is Jacques from Akulu Linux, and welcome to another video. So today I want to cover the latest changes in our new WebOS. So this is WebOS, webos.live. That is the address. Let's pop in there. And there's a reason I actually want to show it, why I've got the window open the way I do. And that is I actually want to show, if you open this in a normal window, you get to see this desktop with a menu and so forth, this desktop layout. But if you open up this on your phone, you will see that. So there it's a desktop, but if you open it up on a mobile device or a device with a portrait screen, the moment it actually look at the icons at the bottom. When it gets to the point where you really can't use it like this, it becomes unusable in the desktop form. It switches to mobile, which in the mobile layout is almost like Android. You got some desktop icons. You got the AI helper, which we added there. And you got a little arrow over there. You click the arrow, it brings up like a scrollable menu, the same way that you would get in your mobile phone, your Android operating system. Click the little arrow on top, it goes back down again. See, so you can use it on a mobile device, and it works great. Everything resizes to fit. You can close windows, you can chat to the AI, hello. And so you can do everything that you would normally do in the desktop layout, but in a mobile view with a familiar a system, which is basically the Android system, which is very familiar to virtually everybody, right? And if you resize again to a normal size, to your desktop size, or if you open up on a desktop tablet or a desktop computer, instead you'll get this interface. So I just wanted to point this out. We're making more changes to the mobile interface, but right now it's running so well and so smooth. Some stuff still to iron out, but for the most part it's working as intended. So yeah, even opening up icons on the desktop, look there, it opens up nicely in like a mobile view. And it really doesn't matter what size your screen is, it will adjust to the width, auto adjust. Right, let's go back to the desktop view. So okay, so there are many changes to this. I'm going to just click full screen over here for the sake of just showing the whole desktop. So there have been many changes since the last time I made a video, which was a couple of days ago. And if you actually open up the release notes, there's a release notes on the desktop. And you actually have a look here, you can see there are many, 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 many changes. I don't even remember where the last video I made was, but I do know that there have been many changes. One of the first ones I want to point out is that we now support 37 languages. And it's quite easy changing a language. You just click the bottom over here and you just select the language. For example, Arabic. Now, everything except inside the windows will change. Actually, that's also what I wanted to show. So your desktop icons will change to Arabic. Some like some of these icons will, not all will. Your menu, as you can see, your menu will change to Arabic. All your menu, not all as well. Most will. And yeah, some others text, maybe some text within the windows, but not all. It's very difficult to make everything Arabic, or everything change language. But for the most part, a great deal of the operating system, enough for you to navigate around, will change to the language. As again, as I said, not all. We are working on it and we'll keep making improvements on it. But for the most part, a great deal of the operating system does change to that language. It's an ongoing process, right? But we do support 37 languages. As you can see, there's Afrikaans, Albanian, Arabic, Chinese. Even Chinese is also supported. I can close this for now. Chinese is also supported. I mean, there's so many, even all the way down to Vietnamese language. The Vietnamese language, as you can see, there everything's Vietnamese. So we have multi-language support now, which we really didn't before. 37 languages, by the way. That's quite a lot. And we'll add more over time, especially if people request it. So that's the first thing I wanted to point out, is that we now support 37 languages, not the whole OS, but majority of the OS. I'd say a good 80 to 90% is all changeable with language, which is good, very, very good. It's a massive progress, especially in such a short period of time. Okay, the other thing I want to point out is that Windows can now be resized. Usually, before, Windows had to be resized in the bottom right corner, but now you can resize it on the left, you can resize it at the bottom, you can resize it on the right, you can resize it on the top. You can also now resize it in any of the corners. You can like go to any of the corners and resize. So windows are now resizable pretty much like you would resize a normal desktop computer window. So that's nice. That's really, really cool. You can also just double click a window now to make it full screen and then double click it to bring it back. And bringing it back is something else I want to point out, because we have this wobbly effect. Let me just do this, make it like that. Okay, because we have this wobbly effect, this, you drag it around, you can see it like when I leave it, it's got that little bit of a wobble. If I actually go to settings over here, you see effects, enable wobbly windows. It's ticked. If I untick it, now I move around, nothing happens. But if it's ticked and I move it around, you'll notice that little wobble of a window. We've now also added the wobble effect when you restore a window. So if it's Windows maximized and you restore it, look at that. There's a little bit of a bounce there. See? So we've added that as well. So that just adds a nice little cool effect. Like, if you've got like a smallish window open, like login, for example, you make that big and then you bring it back down. Look at that. It looks really nice. So we've added a little bit of a wobbly effect, some more effects obviously, so that's great. And we've added the whole drag around, so that's really nice. Another cool feature we added, and I'm going to go out of full screen for this one, is the ability to watch this. You can now drag items from your desktop into the WebOS. So you can drag text documents, images, audio, video, doesn't matter. You can drag items from your OS into WebOS. So now we've enabled the whole drag and drop thing, which is really, really cool. And by the way, I'm going to show you this in a few minutes. Actually, let's minimize that. You guys do know that it acts like a normal OS. Let's make this full screen again. You can minimize and maximize things simply just by clicking on them in the taskbar. So you can minimize that. It stays minimized, right? Okay. Another thing that's changed is a file explorer. It now has a virtual file system. Since I dragged that item over, there it is. Let's close it. Anything that enters the operating system, like images, audio, videos, text documents, doesn't matter. It automatically gets saved in your virtual space, right? So I dragged a picture over into this OS, and now if I go to File Explorer and under Pictures, there it is. I double click it, there it is. It is now in my virtual storage space. You have virtual storage space. How big is the virtual storage space? Well, pretty much probably about the size of your computer, because it creates it's a virtual storage on your local machine, which grows as it needs to, and it uses your computer space. Now, that's actually dependent on the browser, really, because I think Firefox has a 50 gigabyte limit, but most browsers, I think, I don't think there's any limits on like Chrome and other Chromium and other browsers. I'm not exactly sure, but it's big. It's big. Put it this way: it's not a 1 megabyte or 2 megabyte. It's big, so you can use it for storing files, whatever. Right. So that's pretty cool. So you got documents, videos, music, and pictures over there. So you want to reuse this picture again? Yeah, there it is. You can just click it, open it. You can also right click, you can rename it. You can rename it, choose what to open it with, copy it somewhere, delete it. And so you got options now. We've also added a right click menu here. So this is an ongoing process. The File Explorer is ongoing process. We're making it more and more like an actual File Explorer. This is already significant that we're adding right click menus and that we're actually using storage space and so forth. And it tells you the type, the size, and the name, and it's got a little icon. I mean, this is all significant stuff, right? This is starting to feel like a real OS. And yeah, so we also added cloud storage. So you can go here to cloud storage. If you click on cloud storage there, manage, you can now add FTP or WebDAV. So you can add your FTP details, save it, and then it will actually pop up here as a mounted drive. So it will show a mounted drive and you can navigate the folders and stuff. And you can right click copy to, and right click copy from, move to, blah, blah, blah. So you can move stuff from your local storage into your cloud storage. For the people that prefer to use cloud storage, you can move stuff up and down. So that's pretty cool. Very neat. These are a lot big changes, Very, very awesome. And then also the user, I'm going to log in here quickly. Hold on. Okay, I'm logged in. I noticed what happened the moment I logged in. The moment I logged in, my background changed to red, my theme coloring changed to red, and so forth, so forth, so forth. You'll also notice there's another extra icon here on the panel that wasn't there before. Okay, so the login system now, also the register login has disappeared from the desktop over here. Basically, let me explain what's happened here now. We now tie the profile of the user after they logged in. You see there, Rayma, that's me. That's my nickname. After I log in, it will now actually create a profile of me on the back end system. Now, it does not store my files and virtual stuff. It's got nothing to do with virtual space. We do not even have the storage capacity to store any of that. But it will store your settings. So it will store these settings. It will store your whatever you set here, whatever color theme you like, whatever background desktop you have, whatever language you set, and so forth. Just your profile settings, basically, like any Linux does. When you reboot Linux or Windows, it remembers your settings, remembers the wallpaper that you like, that remembers your panel layout that you set, and so forth, so forth, so forth. And so these are the same settings. These are now backed up server side. So and it backs it up every 5 minutes. Every 5 minutes, if you make changes to it, it will back up to the system. And then when you log out and you log in again, it just pulls all those settings. And so it just makes your desktop the same way it was before. Now, right now, we're still busy adding customization. So we haven't, because I'm going to start adding things like increase panel height and move panel, and those types of things are coming at a later stage. And perhaps we'll put in like a dock mode and, whatever. I mean, there's loads and loads of customizations that I still have on my to-do list. But eventually, it's actually not only just going to remember this, it's going to remember a whole bunch of other stuff as well. But it's really cool that you can now log in on any PC anywhere and it just pulls down your profile settings, including your language. That's awesome, really cool. It also remembers plugins. Don't forget, I made in the last video plugins. So we've got a plugin center here. Where's the plugin center? Plugin center. There, plugin center. Now you've got your plugins, that means anything that's currently installed on your system, and you've got community plugins, that's plugin server side. So for example, the Hungry Snake, which I showed in my last video, let's install Hungry Snake. Go to Hungry Snake, confirm, install it. Okay, it says install, there it is. And if I go now to my start menu and I go to games, there's Hungry Snake. That's basically I installed that app. Well, Plugin Center is like an app center, right? So there's Hungry Snake, which I can now play. It's a very cool little game. It's like a snake grows. Your little snake grows every time it eats something, and you get like 1 point. There we go, 2 points. See, it's getting longer and longer and longer. And there we go, it's getting even longer. And it's getting even longer. And the score's going up. Anyway, you can play this for hours. It's like that old snake game, like on the Nokia phones. I like this bouncy effects, by the way. Look at that, it looks so cool. Anyway, it even backs up your plugins. So if you have plugins installed and then you log out and you go to another PC and you log in, it will pull those plugins as well. So that's really awesome too. You don't have to keep reinstalling stuff and so forth. So there's significant changes to the login system, right? Okay, so this little icon over here is a quick backup because the system backs up every 5 minutes. Let's say you want to back up your manually, you can just click that and it will just tell you a notification. Your settings are now being saved to the server, and it says your settings have been saved. So that's just if you want to do it manually, just force a backup. So that's that little thing. Just a little quick little backup. Really cool. Okay, that being said, we've also, so many changes to show you guys. We've also increased Electra's width a little bit. It used to be this thin little thing. It's now a little wider, a little easier to see if you now speak to her. It's a little easier to read the text. In fact, I'm probably going to make, I think in the next update, I'm going to make a resizable so you can like go to the top corner here, you can drag whichever size you want. I think I'm going to do that in the next video, in the next my next update. I'll add that to my to-do list, maybe to make her resizable so you can resize her to any size, because it is a nice little pop-up widget. I really like this widget. I made it wider because it was too thin, but I think I'm going to make it resizable the same way we do with a menu. You can resize a menu. So I'm going to do that with Electra. Okay, so that being said, we also have a system monitor now. I'm not sure whether that was in the last video or not. I don't remember exactly where I cut off the last video. But if it wasn't in the last video, then I'll just show it. We have a system monitor here now where you can actually show open apps. So if we open up something like you see there's a file explorer. It now shows file explorers open. You can just end task. So it's got an end task as well. So just like a normal file, like a normal system monitor, we have a system monitor now. And of course, because I set my color to this red, everything shows in red. If I change to blue, then everything would show in blue. And let's go back here and reset it. So now let's close this and reopen it, and then you see everything will be blue now, blue and purple. Okay, so whatever you set it to. And this is ongoing, by the way. This is all ongoing. So I like the red. That one, yeah, I like it. So this is all ongoing. You're going to constantly see things change, and we're adding more options, more customizations, more special effects, more of everything. So as time goes on, everything will go more and more and more. Notifications. I did show this a little bit the other day, but we have a full dbus system working back end. So the system actually has its own notification system, and that's the one that you saw a little pop-up. I made it top right. You can set the duration as well of the pop-up. And if you do something like backing up, it pops up there and it gives you a little notification. Now, this notification is system-wide. So if any app needs to notify you or something happens in the background and needs to notify you, it will pop up that little notification. So instead of having all different pop-ups and things popping up, you have this system-wide standard dbus system that handles notifications. So that's new as well. Wow, man, there's so much new stuff here. So many new stuff, should I say. Right. The other thing that I want to actually explain here is that we have made AI, the system AI helper on the desktop is just more fluid. Of course, you also know that you can use voice when talking to her, but I prefer not to. Uh, yeah, let's say generate an image of a crazy looking cow, um, Disney style. So I'm saying generate an image of a crazy looking cow, Disney style. It will look there. Do you see? There's the notification that comes up. And there's the crazy looking cow, Disney style. And he's a crazy looking cow. Great. Now, if we go to File Explorer, there it is. A crazy looking cow, Disney style. So it also saves, it auto saves. You don't have to save into your virtual storage. Anything you generate, anything you do, anything you open, it automatically stores. So boom, 90 kilobytes, 239 kilobytes. Very, very cool. Now, a new thing I also want to show you guys is now we have image to image. This is actually a pollinations model, so thank you to pollinations for that. But we now have an image to image. So you can take this image and you can create it into another image. Look there, it's attached that image. And now we're going to say, let's change it to, I don't know, image to image. Let's say it a cyberpunk city background. Cyberpunk city background. Generate image. Now I don't know how busy their servers are. Sometimes it's not so busy and it goes quick. Sometimes it takes a while. Anyway, while that's going, we're gonna put a cyberpunk background into that image, and you should. There we go. There we go. Look at that. Same image, cyberpunk city view background. And it made it on the grassy. Very cool. Very, very, very cool. So now you have image to image. And you can access image to image. And by the way, if you open up File Explorer, there's the new one, Cyberpunk City View there. So you see everything's being stored now virtually. So awesome. So awesome. Okay, so basically, you can also save stuff to your local drive, by the way. So if you want to save something to your local drive, we got drag from local drive to WebOS. We don't have from WebOS there, but you can open something. You can open something in your image viewer. So you can double click it, open an image viewer, and you can just click save, and then it it saves it to your local drive. Look, it downloads it to your local drive. So currently it works that way. I am working on some drag and drop features the other way around. But what I wanted to point out was you can now also image is also now in the AI helper. So you can say yeah, generate image to image, and then AI helper will open up the image to image viewer. Look there. It user asks blah 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 blah, and it tells you exactly what it's doing. So remember, the AI helper is a reasoning model. It's feature it's not there to generate content. That's not the type of AI it is. It is an AI to help you navigate your system. For example, turn off my clock. It can control the back-end system. You can ask it to turn off your clock, and then it turns off the clock, and you turn on the clock, and it will turn on the clock. So you can ask it, change the background, change the theme, do this, do that, open my menu, whatever. It will do it. It will activate stuff and deactivate stuff. Understand? So in that case, when I say like generate image to image, because it's an app that needs us to actually click things, it will just open up the image. But if you ask it to generate an image, it will actually just initiate the image generation, right? So the AI helper has been improved greatly as well. It does a lot more tasks. It's really awesome. Like you just type whatever you want, or you can just say whatever you want. Generate me an image of a handsome man. There we go. I just said generate me an image of a handsome man. Look there. It's generating an image of a handsome man. And there we go. So it considers that a handsome man. Let's see if we get the bouncy effects now. Yeah, it's still there. It's pretty cool. And those can be turned off, by the way. And of course, you can just send image to image to image. So if you want to change something on the image, just send it image to image. In fact, I think I'm going to add maybe some more features here. This is something that I can expand on as well greatly. There's lots of things I can do here. Anyway, so that's also new. The whole image to image is pretty new, and it's free, and that's pretty cool. Yeah, so I did show you guys the system coder last time. Again, we have made some more changes to the system coder. System coder is a hit and miss at this point. It's a work in progress. But the whole idea with the system coder is so that you can code your own plugins, code your own stuff. So yeah, make a game that shows different color blocks, fills the screen, and the user has to match the colors. If he clicks three of the same colors, they have to be touching each other. Three or more of the same colors have to be touching each other. We remove the color blocks the user clicked, similar to the same game where you click colors and eventually clear the screen. Add a button to reset the game. Make a shortcut in the game's menu and call it color clicks. Color click. Okay, let's see. So I'm asking the AI to code this game, and it says AI is coding. There we go. Plugin created. Let's go to games, and is color click over there. There's color click. We click. There we go. Look at that. So it coded this app, right? In literally in seconds. Seconds. In seconds we created this. Now I don't know how well it's going to work, but let's see. Three green. Oh, it works. It works. Oh, orange is gone. Purple's gone. Let's match. Now if I click purple, I can't. It says matching. You need to click three or more. Ooh, it even has notification. And it's using the system bus. Oh, there's a problem there. I need to see why it's doing that. You see what I mean with the system? Oh no. Oh, okay. Okay. So it just pops up a couple of times. Okay, so here we go. I need to make it so that it doesn't, so that that's optional, because that's going to be annoying. So now we're going to click purple. No, red first, because we need to match the purple. The idea of the game is to get all of the same colors, as many as you can, so you can get points. Look, it's giving score here. Let's see what else here. No. This is really awesome, by the way. Purple. There we go. Scored 210. And we're going to go with green here. We're going to go blue. We're going to go red. Look at that. Score's just climbing. And I think I'm stuck. We need to maybe put a hint in here or something as well. Can expand on this. This is really color picker, so awesome. I think I'm going to save this. So now the nice thing about the plugin system is that if you create something that's awesome, you can go to Plugin Center. Here's my plugins, right? And there it's called Color Click Game. I can publish this. I click publish, confirm. So now it says your plugin has been published. Now it will show in community plugins. Color picker should be there, color click game. Anybody else, let's see, we've got it installed. But on another guy's PC, he's got the install button. So now anybody can install it. And we created this in seconds, guys, seconds. I mean, we opened up System Coder, right? We opened up System Coder. We gave it a prompt. Okay, it took longer to write the prompt than it did for it to code it. Boom, it just popped out like seconds later, and we had a whole game. It's a simple game, but it's a game, right? There we go, color pick, color click. Maybe we should have told it to open full screen. You can do that, by the way. Whatever you tell the AI will do. So maybe maybe we'll edit that and make it full screen. But we just created this game in seconds. Anyway, so that's the power of the system coder. And like I said, it's hit and miss. It's work in progress. Work in progress. But at the end of the day, it's going to create games, apps, whatever. You tell it to code something and plug it directly into your OS, and it just does it. So the power of this OS, guys, I mean the potential, right? And it's all AI driven. You generate content, you can generate go here to Electra AI. There's an audio generator, AI coder, content generator, AI diagnostics, image generator, image to image, AI text editor, therapist, a video generator, universal translator, weather, blah blah blah, you name it. So we've got I'm not going to go through them all because it'll take forever and this video will be too long. You guys can explore that, right? You'll have to be logged in though, because we don't want random bots on our website, yeah, right? And so you need to be logged in to actually be able to use most of this. Registration is free. Using anything is free. Just log in and then you can use. Register, log in, boom. Okay, so that's my video today. Oh, one last thing I want to mention, and this is a big one. If you look at our roadmap over here, you can actually see here in our roadmap we have some highlights of things that we're looking to do. Now, this is not a complete roadmap because things are constantly changing. I'm constantly finding things to add and so forth. But this does give you an idea of where we're headed, short term and long term. So there is a little bit of a roadmap over here, and I do update this constantly. So yeah, you may want to keep an eye on that. Now, the big kicker, and here's the big kicker. I am working because people keep asking me, is this open source? Is this open source? Is this open source? I am working on that. And the reason it's something that I'm working on is because I want to keep the core closed, but open up the rest. Understand? You have to have some kind of protection here, otherwise we're going to end up with malware and people abusing us and so forth, and who knows where this ends up, so what I'm going to do is it's going to be partial open source, meaning the core is going to be closed, but the rest is going to be open source, which won't limit any kind of development. People can jump in and start changing everything, the desktop, the settings panel, everything back in pretty much. I mean, like 99% of the OS will be open source. You'll be able to edit and change and contribute and do anything on the OS, right? So yeah, so it is work in progress. Open source is work in progress. At some point when I'm ready with that, I will put it on GitHub and the guys can just climb in and start going wild. For now, it's an operating system that is also a web page, as you can see here. It's a web page, webos.live. You can use it on your tablet, your phone, from another PC, from an internet cafe. It really doesn't matter. You can log in at your office, you can log in at home. It just pulls in all your settings and you can just continue working on it. And we're already busy working on, it's got a lot of office stuff in here as well, but including Google Docs and Microsoft Excel and stuff, Word and PowerPoint online. But we're also working on our own Office suites over here, which we're going to expand on over time. We got the calendar and contacts that sync, and we're going to be integrating calendar with Google Calendar as well. So there's a lot of stuff going on here. And again, guys, if you want to get involved in the project, become a sponsor, then please contact us. That's You want to get in on this early stages. You want your name to be shown here, you want to be seen, you want to be active. This could be, something that I definitely think this could be something that's big. It's OS that's web based in a digital world where everything's becoming cloud based, digital. I mean, how many people still buy computers? Everybody's buying now tablets and phones and sunglasses that talk to you. So, everything is now digital, becoming smaller, and everything's online. Everything's becoming AI driven. So, yeah, this is basically the next gen OS if you think about it. You have OS where you can log in from anywhere. And I tell you, when the smart glasses come out and you start seeing you see a screen on your glasses and you're connected to the internet, this is where you're going to log in. You're going to log in, you're going to say WebOS.live, please. Okay, boom. Okay, generate me this, do this, do this. And you can just talk to it because there's a talk button. So we're going to find a way to integrate this into those glasses as well. I tell you, when that happens, boom, this is going to be gold as well. So the future of basically the operating system starts here with this type of thing. I think the traditional desktops will be dead within maybe 20 years, maybe less even. They'll have to adapt massively to still be of consequence, because I think PCs are dying. Yeah, not at a fast rate yet, but I think in the next couple of years, when everything becomes touch and more, more portable and smaller, I think traditional PCs are going to be pretty much dead. Anyway, so again, check it out, webos.live. It's an actual operating system that is browser based, an actual operating system. You can use it, click anything, log in, generate anything, play with it, whatever. You want to get involved, go to sponsors there. You can see already what's being sponsored here on the system right now. And of course, if you want to become a sponsor, and I want to stress, there's nothing that we cannot use. Uh, if you have web space, great. If you have server space, great. If you have AI models that you want to share, great. If you have cash, even better. We like cash because we can build a cash flow and then we can get our own models and things that we can't afford right now. And we can link them, we can expand our server boxes and so forth, so forth, so forth. So it really doesn't matter what you want to sponsor. You want to get involved in a project on a coding level, on a testing level, that doesn't matter. Get involved, contact us. You can contact us via support@makululinux.com or pop into our Discord and have a chat with us. If you find any bugs, go to bug report. There's a little bug report, which is a little mini bug report system. Yeah, you can, oh, I actually need to set this. This is done, closed. Coding, languages are fixed. So, boom, and close this ticket. So, languages are fixed, close this ticket. It's done. There's another one off my list. Closed. Did it close? I need to. There's so many things here. I think bug report. Yes. Yep. It's done. Close tickets. There we go. Loading close tickets. Done. That's another one off the list. System coder I'm working on. WebOS writer I'm working on. Okay. So yeah. So we even have a nice little bug report. We can open tickets, report bugs, and we fix it as you see, and then close them and so forth. So this is an ongoing process. Man, this is massive, creating an operating system inside a web browser. The insanity of that. And it's not just an operating system, it's an AI driven operating system. Remember, it's an AI driven operating system. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Support the project if you can. Go check out Makulu Linux. By the way, this is the live version, but we have a portable version that we now ship with our Linux distro, which means you don't actually open up, you don't go to the live. It runs portable on the OS, and we find more ways to interact, link it to the actual Linux system. So it support. We have two versions. We have this version which is live on the web browser, and we have the portable version on the Linux. And by the way, they're also interlinked. So whether you're logged in on that one or logged in on this one, your settings still get saved. So even if you're working on Linux on WebOS, and then later you at some internet cafe, you can just log in on a browser there, webos.live, boom, log in, and all your stuff gets pulled over. Very, very cool, man. This is a very, very cool OS. And as you can see, very fine development. I mean, there's so much here happening. Wow. You guys will have to play and check out yourself, man. Oh, I forgot to mention, we're now at default apps as well. You can now assign default apps to your audio player, video player, image viewer, document viewer, your mail client, your file explorer. Now, some of these only have one option because we haven't really coded additional stuff. But remember, you have a system coder. You can create a second image viewer, another document viewer, another video player. So you can create stuff, and then if you do, the list will be bigger of which one to select as your default. So we have added default, system-wide default apps as well now. That's something that's new too. I forgot to mention that. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. I don't want to make this video too long. It's impossible to make these videos short because there's such a lot to tell. But thanks for watching. Support us, get involved, check out the OS. It's such an amazing OS, man, and we're still in the early stages. Check out the roadmap, check out release notes, check out the tutorial, play around, click, 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 whatever. Generate stuff, go to the AI tools here, play around in that, external tools, whatever. Have fun with it, man. Try system coder, whatever. It's an OS that's in early stages, and you can be part of the growing pains. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm going to leave a link below to our Patreon membership. Now, the Patreon membership is actually our part of our Linux project, not specifically WebOS. but WebOS is kind of part of our Linux project as well. It's all intertwined. So if you want to get involved with this, because this news also gets published there, then join our Patreon membership. We could use all the help that we could have, man. This is you don't understand the sheer amount of hours, the work, the stress we have. Our server box is running red, like red. The amount of sacrifices I have to make on that box just to keep it alive. We have no budget. Like, there's a couple of guys that join Patreon that help us, and that money barely covers half of our costs. Even the rest comes out of my pocket every month, and so we really could use the help. Join our Patreon membership. You get some bonuses and stuff, and you get access to free stuff and early views and stuff, and you get to help this OS grow. I mean, that's the most important part. We get no salaries, no money comes to us. Any money that we pull in on a project goes straight back into the project, right? So it's not like your money is going to be wasted. No, your money is going to help expand this OS. So if you are in the fortunate position where you can contribute, join our Patreon membership, or send us a donation, or contact us and let us know, hey man, I've got some extra cash, I'd like to help this project. Great, get hold of us. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye. Don't forget webos.live. That's it, webos.live. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.
Working late in the light of our Makulu screen, customizing themes that are oh so clean. A system stable with a heart of open source. Makulu's whispers guide me, no need to force. LibreOffice scribing through, no end, no cap. With every app I need, it's a creative sap. Yes, app. In the glow, in the flow, Makulu's insight show. AI core, open door, guiding as I go. The comfort of the code so bright in the screen's soft light. Makulu harmony in tech's endless flight. Smooth like the river, Makulu runs deep. Updates that deliver, promises to keep. Boot it up, feel the pulse, Makulu's beat so serene. With every line of code, it's like living the dream. AI's mind like the stars guides us through the night. Makulu's here, and everything just feels so right. In the grip of Makulu we find our pace, sailing through cyberspace with elegance and grace.